What's up, YouTube? So I don't know what I'm gonna call this video, but there has been something that I've been noticing more and more as I don't really see this too much in real life yet, because in real life I'm mainly interacting with people that are older than me. Because usually when I'm leaving the house, if I'm going to work, all the officers at my job are older than me, besides maybe one or two chicks there. I mean the fucking the kids at the college campus obviously are younger, but like I almost never, if we're interacting with the college students, it's usually because they're in trouble. So I'm usually not interacting with them unless, you know, I have to tell them, yeah, you're basically, you're basically some shit's going down. But at work, I'm mainly interacting with the other officers, and they're all older than me. At the gym, if I'm talking to people, it's usually older people. And my friends in real life, I was always the youngest person in the group. Even as I got older. Um, but even the people that are close to around my age, I still don't see what I'm about to explain with people around my age group, like anywhere from 20 to 25, 26. You know, I think it started like with people that are like 23 and younger, I would say. And basically Gen Z. Now, this isn't me being this isn't me trying to promote a stereotype because it's not really a stereotype. But when I'm online, I started playing Stronghold Kingdoms again because I was told to come to this world because there were some wars starting. And, basically it turns out that I chose the wrong side. Or did I really choose the wrong side? Because I've noticed a consistent pattern, at least on the internet, that I get along very well with people that leave the house and people that are my age or older, people that have experience in the real world, that understand what reality is, that understand, that have the experience of leaving the house and understanding how things really are. It also helps if these people grew up in tougher environments where they were challenged often. But I've noticed when it comes to people below a certain age group, like usually under 23, there is a consistent pattern of behavior. Now, I made the Toontown SJW video, and I even made a few Pirate 101 videos. You know, I'm not on the internet that much, despite what people think. So, my 10 or so years of making YouTube videos, every time I've gone to an internet community, like an online community for like a game or something, you know, I thought it was just specific communities this entire time that had a fucking problem mentally. But I realized recently that it's not a community specific problem. It's an age group specific problem. Because I'm noticing a consistent pattern of behavior. I'm noticing people under 23 or people from Gen Z, they have a hard time just admitting when they're wrong. They have like a consistent narcissistic ego type of personality where if you correct them on anything, they got a problem with you. And where is the difference? Well, you know, when I was growing up, it was normal to leave a house. Obviously you still have video games, but people were still going out to the parks, going out to hoop with their friends, playing basketball, playing sports. It was normal. Like if you didn't leave the house, you were considered some sort of weirdo. And in the real world, if somebody is telling you to your face that you're wrong, here's why, and you have a problem with that, the next step is throwing hands. So people, at least back then, that were leaving the house, that were used to interacting with people who could prove them wrong, they didn't get in their feelings because they knew better. They basically had men around them keeping weirdo, narcissistic behavior in check so it never manifested and got displayed. But the new generation of people that don't really leave the house like that are on the internet all day, and it's getting even more reinforced with this corona quarantine shit. I've noticed that certain weirdo traits and behavior patterns are being established and not being corrected in their lives. Now, there's a lot of different theories behind this. I mean, a lot of people will, point out to the fact that, you know, a lot of people nowadays don't have men in their lives basically saying, "Hey, you're wrong. This is why." You know. They call it toxic masculinity. Um, you know, being masculine and being direct and just telling people the truth and not adhering to what is popular opinion will piss people off. And I had a situation in the Stronghold Kingdoms Discord where somebody basically made the argument, DJ, you're the only one going against us. And I bluntly said, yeah, because you're all sheep. And I pissed everybody off. And the reason I said that statement is because Stronghold Kingdoms is basically a war game. And in order to do well on Stronghold Kingdoms, you can't be delusional. Okay? Most of the American players are delusional. Because a lot of the American players, again, they're a younger group of players that have this problem of not liking to admit when they're wrong, being very stubborn, narcissistic, and egotistical. As a result, the Russians basically win every single server they're in, because while the egotistical Americans are killing each other over nothing, the Russians wait, they're patient, and then they come kill everybody else while they're unified, while everyone else is dead. Now, the title of this video is going to be called, communities like Toontown and Pirate101 are becoming the norm, and that's because it's an entire, it's a problem that really exists with the newer generation of people. Weirdo behavior is being accepted and not challenged. Narcissistic, stubborn, egotistical personality traits are being considered good and special, not detrimental. We've gotten to the point where if somebody has a mental impairity like a personality disorder such as psychopathy, narcissism, sociopathy, etc., the newer generation of people will get very angry at you if you talk about any of these things in a negative light. You can't make fun of mental illnesses. You can't say anything bad about a mental impairity or a personality disorder or you're an albiest. However the fuck you say that word. As a result of abnormal personality traits being considered normal and being praised, is leading to an entire generation of people to become socially inept weirdos. You could argue that the word weird is the incorrect word to describe being stubborn and not being willing to listen to reason. But I don't know, man. Maybe I should spend more time on the internet, because the fact that it took me 10 years to realize this is not a Toontown problem, This is not a Pirate 101 problem. This is not a Stronghold Kingdom problem. This is not a specific community problem. Because all of these games, I mean, even World of Tanks, when the average age of the players started shifting towards the younger side of things, you saw a paradigm shift in how the game functioned. When mainly older people played World of Tanks, you didn't see a lot of the problems that you see now with the community. So, I mean, yeah, maybe I should be on the internet more, because the fact that it took me 10 years to notice that this isn't a community specific problem, that it's an age group problem. I mean, taking me 10 years to learn something, not to sound arrogant, is astonishing. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't sleep. I was really thinking about this. I was really thinking about, like, why? Because that Discord call, it had like 40 people, and all of them motherfuckers were stupid. Maybe like 2 or 3 people really saw what was going on, and 2 of those 3 people ended up leaving the alliance because they saw it was ridiculous. But it's like, god damn. I always thought Stronghold Kingdom was a game that attracted intelligent players, but then I realized the same motherfuckers that are being stubborn, narcissistic, idiotic pieces of shit, I'm noticing the consistent pattern that it's all from the same age group. Now, I'm not here on some moral bullshit saying, oh yeah, my generation's better than yours. No. Because who raised Generation Z? My generation and the generation before mine. So I'm not saying my generation is perfect and the generation before was any better, but I'm just noticing, you know, a consistent pattern of behavior amongst a certain age group. Maybe instead of talking about how one community is this and is that, maybe we should be looking at the collective problem with the age group. So, I don't know. This is a late night rant. I may or may not upload this video. Hell, I don't even know what footage I'm going to use for the background. But, yeah, man. For the people that end up watching this and listening to this, I mean, type in the comments below what you guys think. At least the ones that can still comment. Because with the whole Toontown SJW episode, man, that video's got I think like 7,000 views now, which is a large chunk of the Toontown community. But because of those events, I ended up banning a lot of people from my channel, because some of the, I've seen some pretty ridiculous shit said to me in person, but nothing came close to the ridiculousness that some of the people were commenting on those videos, man. I mean, one person typed like a whole fucking thesis statement. I'm talking like a 1,000 character comments. I didn't read the shit, because the opening argument, I guess you could say, because this was basically a damn thesis statement, was saying how I need to see fucking psychiatric help because I said that men and women are not the same. They were saying that I have a mental problem for pointing out the truth, that men and women are biologically different. Saying that I needed to go see a psychiatrist. I can tell you right now, because of my career, most people in the Toontown community, none of you motherfuckers have had more psychological examinations than me. Just being flat out, man. Give them my line. Matter of fact, I'm about to have one on the 20th because, again, I'm trying to lateral over to a sheriff's department. So, I got to get polygraph tested again. I got to get psychological tested again. I mean, none of you motherfuckers get that shit more than I do. But it's just crazy, man. And I saw a quote on the YouTube video that was called like the 16 psychological laws of power. And the guy basically said that if you display intelligence, you'll create enemies. You gotta act like you're stupid to blend in with the sheep. And that motherfucker had no idea how right he is. But yeah, I ended up blocking the and I'm not trying to sound transphobic or anything. I mean, because people say I'm afraid of transsexuals with that transphobic word. But I couldn't even tell if this person was a guy or a girl or a hermaphrodite or a trans. The person that made this comment, I didn't know what the person was. He, she, whatever, but I ended up blocking him or her. I didn't even read the thesis statement. I read the opening argument, decided this guy was fucking retarded, and blocked him. So, and I did that with a lot of people. So, for my little rants, again, comment on what you guys think about it. Am I on to something? Is this an age-related problem? Or am I oversimplifying things? Is there a deeper reason as to why every community where the average age is under 23 is consistently having the same issues, the same problems, the same patterns of behavior? Or am I just being a lunatic right now? So those of y'all that can still comment, I mean, hey, get a discussion going, and cause I don't know, man. I've been thinking about this, like, yeah, shit's crazy.